I dreamed a dream in time gone by, when hope was high and life worth living. I dreamed that love would never die. I prayed that God would be forgiving. Then I was young and unafraid, when dreams were made and used and wasted. There was no ransom to be paid, no song unsung, no wine untasted. But the tigers come at night, with their voices soft as thunder, as they tear your hopes apart, and they turn your dream to shame. Still I dream he'd come to me, that we would live years together. But there are dreams that cannot be, and there are storms we cannot weather. I had a dream my life would be so different from this hell I'm living, so different now from what it seemed. Now life has killed the dream I dreamed.
When I am an old woman, I shall wear purple, with a red hat, which doesn't go and doesn't suit me. And I shall spend my pension on brandy and summer gloves. Maybe I will wear terrible shirts and grow more fat, and eat 3 pounds of sausages in one go, or only bread and pickles for a week, and hoard pens and pencils and beer mats and things in boxes. But maybe I ought to practice a little now, so people who know me are not too shocked and surprised when suddenly I am old and start to wear purple. Good afternoon, family and friends of Margaret Ruth Blake. We meet together today to say our goodbyes to her, but not only to say goodbye, but to remember who she was and what she meant to each of us here. Today is certainly an occasion for sorrow, but may it also be an occasion for gratitude, because we acknowledge this gift of life and we are thankful that Margaret lived amongst us. My name is Rennie Nisi O'Connell, and it's an honour for me to lead this service, as it has been to plan for it some years ago with Margaret herself, and to connect with you, her family. And with me today are Jessie and Lucas and Mark, and each of us here at Parkside are privileged to hold this service here and to play a part in how it unfolds. At the conclusion of this service, the family warmly invite you to stay here at Parkside for a cuppa and a chat. Mandy and Fairley have prepared a lovely afternoon tea as we continue in remembering Margaret's life. And as we begin this service, if you haven't already done so, would you take a moment to pop your mobile phones off or onto silent? For those of you who are watching via live streaming, I'd also, on behalf of the family, like to welcome you as your thoughts and memories of Margaret are uppermost in your minds. The time we spend here in this chapel is such a reminder of how human we are. We are aware of the mix of emotions and responses. Tears are human, smiles are human, hugs and warmth are human, laughter and things that we shared in common, all part of who we are and who Margaret was. We celebrate those things that made her tick. She loved to play a joke on people, and she never lost her naughty streak, her sense of fun, and was always a little bit wicked. We smile as we remember her individuality, her character, her quirky personality. And if you look at the front cover of her service sheet, she is so full of life, such a sense of fun. And there's no one better than her son Michael to come forward and share his memories of his mum. Thank you, Michael.
I've had 2 years to write this, and I got 1 paragraph in and that was it. Yesterday I had to finish it. So, some of you knew her as Mum, others as Margaret or Marg, Mrs Jones or Mrs Blake, or even as Madam Margaret Mayhem. There's a lot of M's. I'm sure many of us would have thought, on more than one occasion, especially her parents, Peter and Jean Carrs. Stories gleaned from her brother Ron and sister Jan certainly have one constant theme, and that is mischievous. But Mary, Margaret Carrs grew up as the middle child of 3 gregarious children in Queenstown. She moved up to the coast to study nursing, but the West Coast was always in her heart. In her early days of nursing, her mischievous ways caught the attention of a patient by the name of Robert Jones. And I'm not sure what she mixed in with his medicine, but they eventually married when she turned 20. Those early days were perhaps difficult, but her idea of wealth was not to have vast sums of money, but rather to have few wants. In her time with our father, Robert, Mum enjoyed picnics and camping and being down at the shack on the West Coast. Sadly, our father passed away in 1978, so Mum became the sole parent and breadwinner, and she gave up so much to raise us. I won't go on in detail, but we really do admire her for her strength and fierce love of our family. Time marched on as ever it does, and we kids spread our wings and left Mum with an empty nest. And fortunately, she had a large number of wonderful friends that kept her going until the late 1980s, when she met a strapping bloke by the name of Alf Blake. Not only did he love golf, but he loved our mother even more, and the two of them started a new life together, which saw Mum rise phoenix-like into a new person. She got the travel bug, and by God, she travelled. Did she embrace it? She spent so much time on the road, in the air, and on the ocean, happy and carefree, and we kids were so happy to see her happy again. And then disaster struck again. Alf was struck down by cancer, and Mum was alone again. As ever, Mum showed her absolute inner strength, rebuilt her life alone again. Realising she needed to downsize, she took on the project of buying a unit and selling her house. And I know that she loved that little unit and she loved her near neighbours very much. With one noticeable exception, which we'll refer to as the Great Wall of Wynyard. I think some of you know about that incident. It was while she was settling into this new chapter of life that she encountered possibly her greatest challenge yet, the Red Hatters. Prior to meeting this ratbag element, our mother was a paragon of virtue, never outspoken and always demure. As you can see, there are a few of the chapter here today, and to them I would like to say I'm forever in their debt. Their camaraderie, support and that wonderful spark of joy of life kept Mum in such good spirits. So thank you, ladies, and thank you all for coming to see Mum off. Thank you.
Well done, Michael. Beautiful words of tribute. And you did it so well. I'd like to ask Mervyn Rutherford if she'd like to come and speak to us on behalf of Hatters to Go. Thank you, Mervyn.
Madam Margaret of Mayhem. Definitely a title that suited her. Wherever she was, there was mayhem. Dear Margaret, how we at Hatters are going to miss you. We, as your Red Hat sisters, were so lucky to have you in our chapter. You kept us on our toes and have given us some great belly laughs. What you saw was what you got from her. No ifs or buts, no fancy words, except from explicit words she was known to spew forth. No putting on a false front with Margaret. She could always be counted on to tell the truth as she saw it. She didn't tolerate fools gladly, but if she loved you, it was with her whole being. What a warrior you were, my dear lady. You fought so hard over quite a few years to stay with us. But time waits for no one. Your time had come to leave. Your name will linger amongst us while ever we are together. We will certainly continue your lovely habit of a glass or two of shardy. Precious Margaret, our friend and sister, you had one special word for us all, bitches or bitch. But we know you loved us unconditionally as we love you. Rest easy for a while, my dear, then cause as much mayhem as possible. Message for you, Margaret. Who will eat those bloody cucumbers now? I will finish with what we believe was your motto on life. Your time on earth is limited. Don't try and age with grace. Age with mischief, audacity, and a damn good story to tell. Thank you.
There's sometimes when a round of applause after some tributes is entirely appropriate. Thank you, Michael and Mervyn. Sorry? Later. Yeah. So many memories flooding our minds, making us smile, causing a tear to steal down our cheeks. As we pause a moment to remember, the ladies from the Hatters to Go are going to bring forward their flowers. And then we'll take a stroll down memory lane as we watch a photo slideshow of the events of this beautiful life.
Must have been cold there in my shadow to never have sunlight on your face. You were content to let me shine, that's your way. You always walked a step behind. So I was the one with all the glory, while you were the one with all the strength. A beautiful face without a name for so long, a beautiful smile to hide the pain. Did you ever know that you're my hero? And everything I would
my soul so weary, when troubles come and my heart burdened be, then I am still and wait here in the silence until you come and sit a while with me. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be. When I am on your shoulders, you raise me up to more than I can be. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. Raise me up to more than I can be. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be. You raise me up to more than I can be.
To Lester, Michael and Anthony. Mothers are one of the first influences in our lives. They are also one of the greatest influences in our lives. I know you have powerful memories of a mother who was widowed as a mum of teenage boys, of her working nights as a nurse so she could be home in time to get you all off to school, with your lunch packed, clean clothes on, and a hot meal on the table for you at night. I'm reminded of the quote that says, "Behind every strong woman is a story that gave her no other choice." She knew what it was to be a single parent and the struggle and the challenges that must have brought. She was strong and courageous amidst her heartache, a huge testament to her character. I know that you admired her strength, her sparkly personality, and her joie de vivre. And yet, as she aged, you understood that the pain she was experiencing and her diminishing capacity meant that she was needing to let go, to surrender to death, and to embrace it. Such courage. Thank you for loving her through all of it. To her 5 grandchildren, someone once said, "Dearer than our children are the children of our children." Margaret was an adored emu nan of her 5 grand and 8 great-grandchildren. I want each of you to know that you filled a space in her heart that maybe she had even never known was empty. She loved each one of you with all her heart. She was interested in everything you did. She treasured every phone call, every visit, every FaceTime call and message on Messenger. And it brought such joy to her heart and changed the way her day unfolded. And as her world grew smaller, how important that was. A reminder to all of us to look for people around us whose day needs brightening. Margaret was the much-loved sister of Ron, who has passed away, and Jan. Jan, I know you were always the one to call her, and you wished that sometimes she would return the favour, just sometimes. But I know she loved you as a big sister loves a little sister, and that your memories of her being the naughty one will bring a smile amongst the tears of loss, and that empty place in your heart that you will no doubt experience. To her beloved friends in Hatters to Go, she was quirky, she was full of personality, she was the life of the party, she was in on every fun-loving escapade. She was not one to grow old gracefully. No doubt she earned that title, Madam Mayhem. I'll bet there are so many, many stories. But thank you for all the fun and joy you brought into her life, and for how her being with you enriched her life. We know that you will feel her loss deeply. In the words of Margaret's family, hats off to the Hatters. Margaret was a woman who had explored what it meant to be a spiritual person. Like many of us, finding a belief system that fits was something that she explored, but never really found answers that fit for her. In reality, none of us know the whole truth of what lies beyond death. Each of us have our own beliefs in relation to that. But what we do know at this moment is the life of this woman who you have loved lives on in you in a multitude of ways. In your memories, in your actions, and in your life choices. We remember that it's only Margaret's body that we are saying goodbye to today, not her personality, not her character, not her spirit that lives on. Margaret Blake, we have loved you and are so glad that our lives have interconnected. You were highly regarded amongst those who knew you. You're a wonderful, warm, creative mum who gave of her best to your family. You've brought colour, warmth and security into their lives. And as their mother, her boys owe their very lives to you. We'll never forget you, and we'll tell the stories of your unique character to the generations that follow. It is now with great sadness that we say our most final of goodbyes to you. We commit your earthly form to be taken from this place and cremated, eventually returning to the earth, that which came from the earth, knowing that one day you will be gently cast into the sparkling waters of the Inglis River, which you loved to walk beside, to move with the tides, to be ever close to those who knew and loved you. And we commit ourselves to remembering you every time we see that river. And we will thank the universe for the time we shared with you and for the impact you had in our lives. A poem entitled I Am There says, "Look for me when the tide is high and the gulls are wheeling overhead, when the autumn wind sweeps the cloudy sky and one by one the leaves are shed. Look for me when the trees are bare and the stars are bright in the frosty sky, when the morning mist hangs on the air and shorter, darker days pass by. I am there where the river flows and fishes leap to a silver moon, where the insects hum and the tall grass grows and sunlight warms the afternoon. I am the love you cannot see, and all I ask is, look for me." Ladies and gentlemen, our service is drawing to its close. As our staff come forward and the hatters to go form their guard of honour, and we prepare to leave this place, would you please stand?
It is